Hello and welcome to the Knit Girls. This is episode 413. I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
I'm Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les. It is October 23rd, 2018. It is Alicia's daughter's 21st birthday.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. You
Alicia,
and I are both old.
Alicia was originally the other L in the TheKnitGirlls. She's a childhood friend of mine who now lives in Boston.
Yeah, it was Laura, Leslie, and Lish. And now you know where the name comes from.
Yeah.
And I taught her daughter when she was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could say that was my first year teaching, but it was nowhere near my first year teaching. It was like my 8th year teaching.
Yeah, we're old.
I'm so
Whatever.
old. Anyway. Hey.
Yeah, so if we weren't going to SAFF, I probably would have put off recording until Thursday.
But we're leaving for SAFF on Thursday afternoon as soon as I get out of school.
Yep.
One of my coworkers asked me when I was leaving, and her class is the last class I have of the day, and I'm like, as soon as I get rid of your class is when I am leaving. Thank you. Goodbye.
Hint, hint.
No, it'll be fun. But yeah. All good things. We will be at SAFF on Saturday. We were originally going to go Friday so we could get the good fleeces, but we are driving 6.5 hours to my parents' house.
See, the map says 6.5 hours, but if you add in like gas stops and food stops,
like
it ends up being 7.5.
Yeah. But
that's okay. I mean,
and then SAFF is Asheville's another 2.5 hours from Knoxville-ish. So instead of like driving that 7 hours,
getting 5 hours of sleep
and getting not enough sleep, and then going the next morning, we're gonna go Saturday. Plus, I think we'll be able to see more of y'all on Saturday. I think more people go on Saturday, so that'll be tons of fun.
And we don't have to worry about the insane crowds like at Rhinebeck. So I mean, it's busy, but it's not absolutely ridiculous.
That is true. And we're not taking any classes, although I would have loved to take a class with Jillian. We are just going to be walking around. So if you see us at SAFF, please come say hi.
Yeah.
We always love talking to our viewers. There's no podcaster meetup that I'm aware of.
No.
So just come over and say hey.
I like the idea of podcaster meetups, but I find the execution of them, I struggle because, people come and they want to see you, and that's great. Like, I really appreciate that people spend time to watch our show and are interested enough in us that they want to meet us, but at Rhinebeck and at other places at podcaster meetups, it ends up being people waiting
in line
and waiting to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no fun for anybody, so it's better to just catch people one-on-one.
I think so. Now, there's that whole, like, I would think some podcasters would rather just do, like, 2.5 hours at a meetup because then they're not getting stopped.
I don't know that makes a difference if that would make people not stop you.
That's true.
And I don't mind when people stop us
I like
to
it.
chat,
I like when people stop us, and that way I feel like I can have more of a leisurely conversation.
Yeah.
When
I'm more likely to remember you if we have a one-on-one conversation, and I'm not worried about the 7 people behind you.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
But yeah, if you see us, stop us, come say hey.
We're going to make an effort to stay together.
We're terrible at staying together, y'all.
Yeah. I'm more of like a power shopper. And Laura likes to browse and be thoughtful about the things that she purchases.
And Leslie just doesn't purchase stuff. She just moves on.
Yeah.
But, no, I like to look at all the things with my eyes and touch all the things and just, in general, be a creep. So, it is what it is. We all have different shopping execution skills. I have one thing on the needles, so I'm going to go ahead and go first.
Go ahead.
Because I did not cast on the second sock arm sweater. I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm going to take it on the trip with all the needles that it entails. But yeah, it should get cast on the trip. So this is the sock that I'm knitting out of Fish Lips Kiss. No, Fish Lips yarn.
Fish Knits yarn.
Fish Knits.
That's Tracy.
It is. Fish Knits. You don't even have the show notes up, so I can't even, cheat.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Leslie totally put on Ravelry and not the show notes, so I'm just staring at random people's faces.
I was looking at the sizing on that hat.
We were looking at sizing at hats. So this is my fishnets and witch's brew on size zeros. It is going to be an afterthought heel. I am actually thinking about taking some of the variegated Halloween yarn I have and knitting the heel in that.
That'd be fun.
And doing that instead. We'll see. I haven't decided completely yet. It is right at the point where I'm adding the waist yarn. I'm going to do that. That's why I wanted to go first. I'm going to do that in a second and just work my way up. I already said I'm knitting these on size zeros. There's not a whole lot to tell. I do a 64 inch around.
64 stitch.
Yeah. 64 stitch. Thank you. 64 inches would be huge.
Now, one of your socks might be that size. The other one will probably be like a 37 inch.
Oh, counting. So that is the only thing I have active on the needles. The other thing that's going to be active on the needles, look at my new bag. I got a new bag because Simply Sock Yarn Company had a really pretty yarn.
Oh, that's right.
And I wanted the yarn that came as a Halloween kit.
It's
and
got
I was
like a torty stitch marker.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Like the zipper pull. Is a little, Kit Kat. And then it's a little narrow at the top. The bag is. It's by DNA Designs. This is my first bag by them ever. It's nice and it's sturdy though. It like stays up. And it's got kittens on it. How could you go wrong? Halloween kittens. Anyway, I'm about to start the Stormy Sky Shawl, and it's out of Miss Babs Kira. And that is their fingering weight that's like 560 yards. Something like that. I cannot tell you the colorway name because I lost the tag.
And when did you get this yarn?
SSK 2016 or 17. At an SSK. Pretty sure.
That's usually when I buy my Miss Babs, because I'm unwilling to wait in lines.
Oh, I wait at Maryland because I like their yarn, and I like their this was not an exclusive colorway, but I do like their exclusive colorways. I'm gonna guess that this was an SSK purchase because 560 yards of fingering weight, random variegated skein, totally sounds like a sleep-deprived SSK purchase. And this shawl is knit on size 9 needles. So I'm going down to 8s. And it actually looks more almost like a DK weight when you look at the yarn.
Yeah, it does look thicker than a
sturdy fingering. So I feel okay with the 8s. And if I start it and I hate it on 8s, I'll go down to like 6s or something. But it's meant to be like drapey. It kind of reminds me of Lala Simple Shawl.
Mm-hmm.
It's but with elongated stitches. So it's a sequence of garter, elongated stitches, and like netting.
Okay. Like mesh.
Yeah, on a giant triangle. So it's gonna be Mama Linneman's Christmas present. Don't tell her, shush. But anyway, that's going with us to SAFF for sure. And the sock will go with us to SAFF. And then the baby sock arm sweater will go to SAFF. Those 3 things. And probably only this will get worked on. And the socks. So that's what I have. I also have the yarn. I have some loop yarn. She sent us...
We have to split this.
I know, we have to split it, and it makes me sad.
Usually I'm real flexible. I'm like, whatever, you keep it. But this time I'm like, I want half of this.
So these are her, what does she call them? This is her artisan mill-spun yarn, but these 2 specifically have like yin and yang, I think is the name.
Yeah. They're coordinating
I totally
colors.
had a card, y'all. Oh, here it is. So they're, thank you. This is the yin and yang base, which is a 4-ply worsted weight, 100% extra fine merino. They're complementary pairs. She's got 10 complementary pairs or 20 individual colorways. This is weight, and the other one is C.
Yep, wait and see. So you've got 3 plies of one color and 1 ply of the other, and they're reversed.
Yeah.
In the opposite skein.
And they're what, 200 yards?
Yeah, they're
220.
worsted, 220 yards, and so Laura and I are going to split each skein, so we both end up with 110 of each.
Of each, which is plenty for like a hat or a cowl, which is the plan.
Yeah, I'll probably do a hat. But
yeah,
I'm excited because I love the concept, and she does everything very thoughtfully.
Mm-hmm.
So
and in house, like everything is done. Yeah, and we got some of her other base. She's got an Aran weight and another worsted weight that we got at.
Well, you got it at Maryland for us.
Which I've been waiting for the perfect project, but these ones I think I might do a hat.
Yeah, I want to do something
with like striping sequences that. Like
I'll probably do more of like a pixelation from one color into the next, and you can do a stripe.
Yeah,
and we can see how they look side by side.
I'll probably use size 5s with those,
and I'll probably use like a 9.
Welcome to our lives.
And Laura's will still be looser than mine.
Probably. But that is all that I have, works in progress wise, and in the pipeline to come up and work on.
So I cast on 2 new things this week. First, sorry if you guys are seeing my random pink bra strap. First, I cast on Uma, which I talked about last week. It is a cardigan with a texture pattern on it. So this is what it looks like. It is by Chick Knits.
Chic Knits.
Bonnie Marie Burns.
Mm-hmm. She's been around for forever. I bought my first pattern from her pre-Ravelry. Pre-moving to Mississippi, so like 2003, I think.
Did you ever knit it?
No. Let's not be silly now. She offered a lot of like free patterns back in the day, like super boxy type sweaters.
I like her aesthetic a lot.
2000s. Yeah,
this is the first time I've knit anything by her, and I will tell you right off the bat, it is this is not a first sweater. Kind of like how some other country knitting patterns aren't kind of dumbed down step by step as to what to do. There's a lot of inferred knowledge or assumed knowledge of how the pieces work together. I don't know that that's the case with this, but like it's got a really interesting. So it's a cardigan, okay? And the way that the pieces go together is first you knit the back down to the armpit area. Okay. And then you cast on a neckband and you knit, X number of rows. And then you have to join the neckband to part of the top of the cast on for the back. But there's 2 sentences that explain how that's done and no pictures.
Oh.
And that's it.
So it's like a grown-up knitting pattern.
Yeah, and there's no diagrams, there's no errata. So I went and looked through every single project on Ravelry until one woman had a picture of how they're joined, and I'm going to send her a thank you pattern because I would never have figured it out. But anyhow.
Did you check on her website to see if she had anything? Because she used to have a very active
It wasn't
website.
linked in the...
okay.
Errata wasn't linked on the pattern page, so... Alright, give me just a second, because there's several ends here. So, I'm knitting this out of Harrisville Nightshades.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying knitting with this. So, it's like 85% Cormo and 10%
or 15%.
General wool. Yeah, 15% general wool.
Look, I did some math that was correct. I'm just telling you, it was correct.
So, this one is black marled with brown. It's black yarn, so it's really hard to tell, but it's got a brown marled in there.
Yeah, all of them have like a black wash to them.
Oh my god, there's so much Fred hair on this. It didn't come that way.
It didn't come with your pet's hair already?
Harrisville does not send you yarn with cat hair on it. Sorry about that. So, this is the back of it, and it's got a simple textured pattern. And then at the very beginning here, I did 2 rows of the texture too close together. So you can tell that. I don't care. I'm not going to go back and fix it.
I'm sorry. I'm reaching in front of you, but I really need these scissors.
And then you put the yarn on, or the stitches on waist yarn. Then you knit this little neckband, part of the neckband, so like from the middle of the neck out towards the side. And then you have to join it to part of the back. But again, you know, and then you're...
So you've got that part done now. So
I got it joined.
What's the next step?
So now it's like this. And I'm going to be knitting...
Oh! That's actually really clever. Is
Hold
this
on.
going to be picked up for sleeves? Is that sleeves? Or is that just the front?
Hold on, I'm looking to see how this is connected. This goes down, so this will be joined to it like this. The neckband is going to continue to go down, and then the front is going to continue to go down here as well.
That's really clever, though.
So, yeah, I mean, it's cleverly done, but if it weren't for Ravelry, I would have never figured this out. Anyhow, it's very easy to memorize. Stitch pattern.
You should take a picture of what you did, and for your pattern page. Are you going to create a pattern page on Ravelry? See, you use everyone else's pattern pages.
I know. But look, I give back to the community with a free podcast going on 9 years.
But people can't be like, let me look at how she connected it on this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it would be nice if you'd stop and take pictures at this point and put on a Ravelry page.
Maybe.
So that other people can use your knowledge that you stole from others as well.
Or I'll just direct them to that person's page.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anyhow.
You would have to also create a page in order for that to happen.
This is true. So I'm knitting this on a size 8, which is a 5mm needle. It's going really fast. It's just, I can only do... There's a lot of increasing and decreasing at the same time that are happening for neck edges and arm edges and all that. So I've been shotgunning the latest American Horror Story, and it sucks you in, so I can't pay attention to that and this at the same time. So this got put down.
Okay.
But now I'm all caught up, and I'll take this with me to knit night and stuff as well.
Okay.
So, well, the ladies there wanted to see and feel the
that's right.
the yarn. So
I remember that part. I just see you listening to conversations about like dog tent cities and not.
So I also cast on last week. I talked about the Bonnie pattern by Tin Can Knits, the tank pattern that was knit out of lace.
And you were gonna try to make that
re-swatch,
gauge,
right? Because the gauge was off. But what I ended up doing instead was I found this. I think I had found this before, but it wasn't in my queue. But it was in my library. So it's called the Hasukai Cowl by Hiroku Fukatsu.
That's the person who did the what's that sweater, that lace, Hita Fude.
Oh yeah, it is. You're right. So it's basically a long tube with frills on the end, which immediately Laura associated to the Martina Bem. What was that pattern? Tubular or something?
Tubularity.
There you go. That did not end well for Laura.
Very few things do end well for me, if we're going to be honest, when it comes to knitting. I'm such a process knitter.
So this is knit in lace. Oh, it is the same. That's a pretty close color, too. I didn't notice that before.
Look at you.
So I cast on, this is what's left of ball number 1. I'll need to find another ball to take with me. Do
you want to look at House of Yarn to see if they have a third ball?
I have 3 altogether.
Okay.
So, because it calls for around 1,200 yards.
Okay.
And I have 1,320, so I should be fine.
You should be fine. We should stop at House of Yarn though Sunday on our way back.
I'm always fine with that.
They have a trunk show going on. They do. They have a trunk show this weekend. Nutmeg. Fibers.
Okay. I've seen it there before, but I don't know that I've ever bought any.
Yeah, well, she'll be there, so we can meet her on Sunday.
So the design of this is really clever. You do a provisional cast on, which I now substitute Juju's Magic cast on for every provisional cast on. I totally stole that from Laura, who stole that from somebody else.
A book about Judy's Magic cast on.
And you do the frill, which has a couple of, knit front and back all stitch rows, so it ruffles out really nicely. And then once you've completed the ruffle, then you weigh your skein, so you know how many grams that you used on the ruffle. And because I had knit 2 swatches out of my yarn and I didn't weigh it before I started, I weighed it after the ruffle was done with the 2 swatches like tied around it.
Okay.
So I know what the total, it used 20 grams. Mine used 20 grams. So I need to make sure that I knit the tube and have at least 20 grams left.
Yeah, I would do like 25.
Yeah, I'd probably leave a little because the bind off
Yeah.
can get kind of sketchy. So.
Is this for you?
I think it will be.
Okay.
I really like the way that it looks, the way that it's worn with the frills on either shoulder. I could not tell, based on this pattern, whether it actually went over your head, like if the tube went, your head went through the tube. I had to search through pattern pages
on
Ravelry, but yeah, it does. It will go through, and then it'll be long enough, and it's a parallelogram, so the opposite end will be wide, so you can put it on either shoulder. But it's basically garter stitching around in lace, so it's mindless, easy. Yeah, but it's
just like stockinette flat, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could substitute it for stockinette, but it wouldn't be as squishy.
Yeah.
But I don't mind. I mean,
you don't mind knitting and purling?
The purl rows are slower than the knit rows, but it doesn't bother me so much.
Such is life.
But I'm enjoying it so far. It's brainless. I don't have to think, so that's always a positive.
Always good.
So there's that. And then...
What size needles are you knitting on, did you say?
7s.
Okay.
Which I think is what the pattern calls for. 7. Alright, and then the last thing is, I keep forgetting, but Laura keeps reminding me, she's good like that, about the pavement sweater.
Oh yeah, I do keep reminding you.
This is knit out of 2 Guys
Yarn.
I feel like that's not the right.
2 Guys. This yarn company, is it not?
I feel like it's 2 Guys.
It's their Tweety Toes base in the Berlot colorway.
Yeah, it's 2 Guys.
They'll be at SAFF.
Yes. Jean and David.
But not both will be there. One will be there. I think Jean will be there and David will not.
Oh. Well, we saw David at...
I know. Vicksburg.
Yeah. The Fiber in the Sip. So we'll get to see Jean this time. I don't think I've ever seen Jean vend without David.
I have. The first stitches that I went to was Jean.
I feel like David keeps him in line.
I feel like. And his mom, I feel like. That was Stitches Midwest 2015, maybe? 14?
I was still in Jersey, so...
You were still in Jersey. You did not go. And that was like the last one I went to because it's the first week of school.
Yeah.
But we will be at Stitches
it's in
Atlanta.
Like
it's Stitches
April?
United.
Yeah.
It's the first weekend in June.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll be out of school and I can actually go.
So, I picked up a knit part of the sleeve.
Good, you should finish those.
And then I tried it on, and the sleeve is so big. Like, even for me, I've got big old fat arms. Especially up here. Big old, jiggly, beautiful arms. And it's really big. So I might have to... I mean, I've only knit like...
Are you going to decrease a little bit more rapidly?
Well, that's what I've started doing.
Yeah.
But I'm still concerned that it's too big. So what I'm going to do before Laura leaves is just try it on. Because it's hard for me to see myself, like, under my armpit. So...
Is it? Is that it?
I'll probably have Laura just take a look.
And see.
And see before she leaves. But yeah, it has you only decreasing 2 total stitches every 2 inches.
Oh no, that doesn't work for me.
And you only decrease 8 total stitches.
Did you look...
Yeah.
Did you look at the schematic to see how wide it's supposed to be on the schematic?
I don't have the pattern printed right here with me, but no, I didn't. But that's a good idea.
So that might be something that we can look at the same time. We'll download the pattern off of Rav.
But,
do that at the same time.
Yeah, and I'm only going to knit it to elbow length. I'm not going to knit it any further because I just do not wear sweaters enough, and this is so light that it's not going to be intended for a cold weather sweater anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to knit it to elbow length.
But for you, that would be a cold weather sweater. Because you're hot all the time.
Yeah, but I'm still not going to knit more than elbow length.
You do you, my friend.
Yeah. If I end up loving it, it's super easy. I can knit another one that will be long sleeve. Or I could rip back and lengthen the sleeves.
You totally could. And elbow length sleeves you could theoretically get done before SAFF if I drive.
I've got this much left, so I could pretty easily finish the sleeves. And I've still got 2 skeins I haven't opened.
Oh my goodness.
So, because I bought extra, but I didn't realize how much. Because this is knit at such a loose gauge.
Well, you'll have plenty to do a shawl or something else.
I'll use it for something. So anyway, those are the 3 things that...
How many skeins total did you buy?
5.
5? That's how many I bought.
Yeah. And Gwen, I think, bought 4 because she's a smaller person.
Yeah.
But...
Well, that means I could knit something super long out of mine.
Yeah. It's like 2,500 yards of fingering.
That is.
Well, no, because they're 400.
No, 16. It's like 2,000
2,000 yards of fingering, yeah. So anyway, those are the things that I've been knitting on. I have not finished anything.
Ooh, I finished a hat. So I knit the Thoughtful Spot hat out of,
Spelled really weird, so...
No, it's Winnie the Pooh spelling.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Sorry.
It's not spelled weird. It's spelled like Winnie the Pooh.
So it's spelled wrong.
Yeah. So this is the Thoughtful Spot hat. It uses a beaded rib, which I really didn't enjoy. It's basically a 3x2 rib with a garter in the middle. And then it's increased out and you go up to a larger needle size and then decreases. It is too big for me. I did the medium size. I went down to size 3 for the ribbing and 4s for the upper. And it's meant to, so then we had to look at the pattern because I thought it was meant to be a little bit slouchy, but it's a little bit too slouchy. It reminds me of a sock head hat. And I like my hats, because I only wear hats when I get colds. And I like my hats a little bit more snug. So this is going to be a gift for someone else. I have a coworker who has natural hair that's a little more poofy, and I think this would be good for her. So I'm going to take a picture of it tonight, and I might have Leslie take a picture real fast, and then gift it to her tomorrow. So I told you I used 3s and 4s. I did the medium size. I used around 200 yards of the yarn, maybe a little bit less.
And this is knit style?
And this is knit style yarn. So this is knit style in her Classy Decay base in the Ghost Toast colorway, which I really like the base, and it was fun to work with. And I also really liked the dyeing job. I thought it was really, really pretty. So it's got grays, purples, whites, and orange. So it's very Halloween. This would be perfect for the Halloween craft all the things knit along if I was
eligible for prizes.
If I was eligible for prizes. So that is done. And it's just super cute. That is the only finished object I have. I do have some spinning, but so do you. Did you bring up your spinning?
I did, but why don't you go ahead and go?
Okay. I have the Mary Poppins from Three Water Farms is finished. It was a prize for the striping socks for October, and we drew the winner for that last week. This is a 2-ply.
For October or for September?
For September.
Okay.
Oh my god, it smells so good. This is my yarn.
Celebration.
I love Celebration. So I do need to get another bottle of that at SAFF.
A house or something.
Yeah, at a house. So this is a 2-ply. It's spun fractally, which means one has long stretches of color. The other, it's divided into thirds so that they're shorter. I spun it on my largest whirl for my Lundrum because I wanted it to be a 2-ply that would be perfect for nice open, like a football shaped 2-ply. When you look at a 2-ply yarn, it's like that, which is kind of like a football shape, and it creates nice open yarn overs.
Just marking down which prize this is so that I don't get it mixed up.
So that you remember.
Yeah.
And I didn't add a ton of twist when I plied it, so it kept that nice sprungy. I plied it on the Lundrum. No, I plied it on the
rose.
The rose. So I could really control how much twist was going into it, and it poofed up quite a bit. It is around 384 yards. It's Polworth.
Gorgeously balanced.
It makes me super happy. I wish I could have kept this one and the hip strings one that we did last week. But you know what? It's good to
share the love.
And then after I left last week, and I told Leslie I wasn't going to join Three Water Farm's Top of the Month, I just bought 3 braids of fiber from their site instead.
Yeah, and I texted her and I was like, dude, I thought you weren't doing it.
But she didn't have any Polworth, which made me sad, because Polworth, Romney, and Cordale are probably my 3 favorite fibers to spin.
I like Cordale. Out of those, that would probably be my favorite.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not as... Like, it's a little bit more grabby, so it's
a little bit more dense, too.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, nothing against it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. My Romney's a little bit more dense, too. Romney's probably my favorite to spin. Not necessarily to knit with.
Yeah, it's a longer staple, so it's a little bit less soft. Not scratchy, but
it's got a good shimmer to it that I like. Alright, so that's going to go out, and then I have 2 other spinning projects. So, last year for Christmas, my mom surprised me with a Hip Strings Pittsburgh box, and it is 6 different colorways, around an ounce of each. So, I have, let me see if I can remember what they all are. Okay, this yellow is Won't You Be My Neighbor, and that's around 100 yards of a chain ply. So I spun these all separate on the Lundrum and then chain plied them. And I think these 3 would actually be a good hat together.
Yeah.
This one is Coal. And they all have different fiber compositions too. And that one is 100 and... No. This is 50... I'm sorry. I'm a total liar. When I said 100, they're all around 50 yards. So this is 54, this is 50, and this is 50. You know.
What's the green?
Whichever. It's Eco something. But it's really pretty too. So I've spun 3. I have 3 more to go. 2 of them are silk blends. So they'll be the last ones that I do.
Actually, yeah, I think those would go really well together.
Yeah, these 3 definitely go well together, and then the other one's more like what I just spun. Mm-hmm. It's like super
crazy
bright. And then there's another dark colored natural. So those 4 would go well together, I think. So, and they're around a worsted weight. And that's like 150 yards right here. And if I do another one, it'd be another 50 yards probably. So that's enough for a hat. So, anyway, so there's that. And then the last thing that I have, I did an Instagram live yesterday that was way too long, but it was just me spinning, and it was super zen, and I enjoyed it a lot, and the people in the group were super sweet. But it was me spinning some Miss Babs BFL Roving in the Climb, and it's this grayish blue. This is the first one, and then the second half's on the wheel. This is what I'm going to work on. I did not get all of the second half done, but I need to tonight maybe, so that I can ply it tomorrow. Or I'll just take it with us
to ply
on Friday, because I'm going to take a wheel to my parents' house and leave it there, because I'm going to go see them at Thanksgiving. And then that way I'll have a wheel there. And they're not at their house, so they have no idea what's going to happen. It's going to be magical. So that is it for me for spinning, but you have spinning. Excuse me, y'all.
I do. And this is going... Hopefully, this is going to a Patreon winner from earlier this year who I thought I mailed a prize to, and I ended up mailing it to somebody completely different. Although these aren't any of the colors that she said she liked, so I'm going to let her take a look, and if she likes it, she can have it. If not, I'll totally spin something else.
That's pretty, though.
So this was Moon Rover fiber. She doesn't name her colorway. Well, she doesn't always name her colorways.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't do fiber, period, anymore.
Yeah. So this was spun on the Rose. It is a 3-ply yarn, and I got about 340 yards. So it's almost like 70s colors, except it's got like bright pink thrown in there. So it's got like
Orange.
pops of teal and orange and purple.
Brown.
Yeah, and some brown.
And bright pink. It's really pretty.
Yeah.
There's lots of purple in there.
I think it came out pretty well. I'm pleased with it.
It's a 3-ply, right?
It is a 3-ply.
340 yards. Mm-hmm. So it'll be perfect for socks.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be like a DK weight sock, but yeah, I think that there's plenty of yardage here for it. So I'll send her pictures and see.
And that's a superwash merino nylon blend?
Yes, it is. Superwash merino nylon.
Perfect.
That was one of her requests, that it be a merino nylon. So that is the only part of the request that I actually got correct.
I don't own a lot of merino
I don't
nylon
either.
in my stash, so sounds like a good opportunity to shop for that this weekend.
Yeah. We'll see. I need to always have something on the wheel. I really enjoy spinning. I don't make time for it. My living room isn't set up well for it. Like, my furniture is deeper, like the seating area is deeper, so it's hard to sit on my sofa and spin. And I don't have any individual chairs.
We should look at the Spinolution chair this weekend for you.
Yeah. So
we can always order it through Elizabeth later.
Yeah. The spinning chairs that I've tried so far I haven't been super impressed with. I like sitting on a hard wooden chair does not do it for me. So you would think with all the padding I've got that it wouldn't matter, but...
Well, this is like a slatted chair, and Elizabeth was saying, like, she's not certain that she would like the slats for long-term sitting. Mm-hmm. And I don't usually have an issue with slats, but I would still put, like, a cushion on top of it. Yeah. Which you could easily make a cushion, friend.
Yeah.
You have that ability.
We'll see.
Or cushion cover.
Yeah. So we'll try it and see the Spinolution chair.
If someone has it.
Let's see. So books. I am still listening to Muse of Nightmares. It's kind of like depressing in parts, so I have to take breaks from it. I'm trying really hard to listen to Stolen Songbird because it's got really good reviews. It's the Malediction trilogy, and it's by Danielle Jensen.
I don't know anything about that.
I feel like you told me it was good. It's where this young girl, like...
Does it have a girl in a green dress on the cover?
Yes, holding a rose.
Okay.
Is there a story?
No, there's not a story.
Okay.
I think I put it on hold like 4 times from the library. Never ever read it.
So the premise is that this young girl who's
it's based off the Nightingale
aiming to be a singer, gets abducted and ends up being married / bonded to a troll.
Oh, see.
Who ends up being very handsome.
I did not get very far.
Anyway, I'm trying really hard because it's got some really good reviews, but it is just not for me because the protagonist is a 17-year-old girl and everything is the most extreme version of everything. I've never loved anyone like this. Like, lady, you're 17. Like,
you've never loved probably before.
Yeah. It's just...
She's got like that Bella from Twilight vibe.
It's, no, because she's on the other end of the emotion spectrum. Like, she feels everything. And
but does she, like, Bella just mopes a lot. She doesn't mope at all. I'm okay with lots of feelings as long as you're not a moper.
I just don't think I can finish it. I've tried several times to listen to this book, and I'm at the point now where...
you should return it and get something that you enjoy.
It's got like 3 hours left in it.
Totally return it.
And I just don't think I can do it. I just don't think I'm really
That's what
trying.
that Audible return policy is for, friend.
I know. Let's see what else. I'm listening to This Will Only Hurt a Little by Busy Phillips, who is a comedic actress who was on apparently Dawson's Creek. Like in the 5th or 6th season.
Yeah. I don't know very many people who made it to the 5th or 6th season of Dawson's Creek.
She was on Freaks and Geeks. She was on Cougar Town. She was Courtney Cox's like neighbor.
Oh. I know her from Freaks and Geeks. She was just in the news for Freaks and Geeks.
She's done a lot of things.
Yeah.
And she's really a funny lady. And it's sort of a memoir of her life in Hollywood so far.
Interesting.
It's interesting. Let's see. And I'm reading the Blood Destiny series. I'm on like the 3rd one. It's a Helen Harper series.
Oh, yeah.
It's got shifters. It reminds me a lot of the Kate Daniels series. Like, in general premise, because it's got this, you know, kick-ass
Those
heroine.
are free on Unlimited, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got this heroine who doesn't really understand the extent of her powers, and it's got a shifter alpha king guy whose name is Corrigan.
Oh, that's very similar to Curran.
To Curran, yeah. And he's a panther shifter, I think. And
Oh,
you know, there's a lot of angst between them.
That's much different than a lion shifter.
And you know, there's fae, and there's
well, that's different.
mages and all that. But there are parallels between them, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, there's only so many stories to tell.
There's only so many.
And there's plenty of differences, so it's interesting. I don't love it as much as I love Alana Andrews, but it's hard for me to find anything I love as much as Alana Andrews.
I'm enjoying her latest Innkeeper. You know, they've been parceling out like half a chapter every week for like 8 months now. Because it keeps getting the back burner, which I totally understand. It's not something that they get paid for versus what they do get paid for. But I am enjoying the latest Innkeeper. I'm excited to see where it goes. I think they're in chapter 16, part 2. Perhaps right now.
See, I can't read them piecemeal. I need to be able to... I'll wait and buy it and support them that way.
Well, I'll buy it when it comes out so that I have the whole thing together. I've been re-listening to Magic Bites by Alana Andrews. It's the first Kate Daniels, and it's interesting, like, I had forgotten that she had, like, quasi-dated that plastic surgeon. Yeah. And then Jim just appeared for the first time, and I'm like, you are not what you appear! You are not just another Merce. I know you. You're secretly, like, the head dude.
Of security.
For the pack.
Spoiler!
I'm on to you, Jim.
Yeah.
And your were-pantherness. And then he becomes the king of the pack. I'm on to you. I know what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm so terrible.
She just spoiled it for everybody.
That One Piece. Yes, I did. So I'm re-listening to that. I'm like 3 hours in. And then I was listening to it as I was washing fleece on Saturday. I got a whole Jacob fleece finished that I purchased at SSK.
Wow.
So I'm back down to 2 fleeces that are unwashed. So that's exciting. As the weekend before we go to a show that sells fleece. I downloaded today a Susan Mallory book that came out today. I pre-ordered it. It is the latest in the Happily Ever After Inc. series. And they are super fluff. They're like old school Nora Roberts fluff. And I like them a lot. It's like a family of artists. It makes me super happy. So, I'm going to read that later tonight as soon as I get done with this. I should be spinning. I'm just going to read on that instead.
It's okay.
And apparently mess up this ball of yarn.
You can't be trusted with nice things.
I can't be trusted with a ball winder. This is when I was rewinding my electric, like the first time I got back at the electric, and it did not go well. Okay,
so we've got the SSK 2019 vendor applications are still open. Yep. They will be open until the 26th, which I think is Monday.
They are linked on the blog, the SSK blog. They are linked in the SSK group, and they are also linked on my Instagram profile right now. So all 3 of those have links to them.
We have a giveaway, which we'll get to in just a second. We've talked about going to SAFF. We have October Craft All the Things. There's a thread.
It's totally going on still.
Up in the Ravelry group that explains all of the rules. It's a very cheater-friendly craft along.
I need to I think we might purchase... Well, I'm going to spin something for a prize for that, and I have a stitch marker from... she just changed her name. It was a Goonies reference. Truffle Shuffler. And then she changed it to something else recently. Oh my gosh. I don't know. And she started dyeing yarn. But I have a platypus in a witch's hat that I bought for y'all last year. That is a giveaway. And then, yeah, there'll be some prizes for that.
Alright. So let me pull up. We have a giveaway for Yarn Cafe Creations.
We do. Where's that skein of yarn?
It's over here. Hang on a second.
Leslie was going to clean her craft room today.
It's part of my weekly thing, so get up off me, bro.
Leslie made the mistake of giving me her to-do list for the week.
Yeah, that was a mistake. All right.
And now I'm harassing her about it.
Okay, so we have a skein of Yarn Cafe Creations in Let the Right One In. Sorry for the crinkle. And this really pretty purple with Halloween, like black and orange and variegated sections. And let me click wrap back on. So the question was, to enter to win a skein of this, the question was, what is your favorite film to watch around Halloween?
I'm getting to the
I'm going to lock the thread.
.org.
And we had 203 posts. The first one was mine, so between 2 and 203, please.
203. It is going to be 34. Boom.
So that will be on the second page. And that is JCP
09,
and then a bunch of numbers.
11. Halloween Town. So many people liked Halloween Town.
So this is Jasmine from New York. So Jasmine, if you will just email me and get me your address. My email address is my Ravelry name. You don't call me less at gmail.com. And you just send me your, let's see, winner for Yarn Fair.
Perfect.
Send me your address, and I will get this sent off to you. We are going to do some of my SSK.
Yes, I cannot wait.
Our favorites from Stash Dash.
You have 30 unread replies, and that's stressing me out.
Oh, honey, I have a lot of unread replies. Because all the giveaways
Oh, that's true.
are unread replies.
See, I have to, I don't do that. I have to pop them out.
I can't, it must be
It's on the second page.
second page.
So many giveaways.
Favorite things. There we go.
Yep.
Alright, so this is just sort of us showing some of our favorite things that we found from Stash Dash.
Yes.
Most of the higher posts, like the 10K and up,
We have it in common.
we have in common.
A good bit.
But
Let's do some. I can't wait to see what you picked.
so this is in the 3K, and this was what I liked about this was the pic showing the mittens and their matching yarn placement in the cowl. Yeah, she did lots of little mittens,
Yeah.
and then a cowl that used all the.
Oh, look at that!
Isn't that great?
Super cute.
I love that. I love how she.
It's like the Opal Advent calendar.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is.
And so this was SG Pent.
Cool.
Yeah. She had some cool stuff. And then, oh yeah, this person finished something that her mom started over 10 years ago. So this is Jersey Shore Deb. And she had some really
I love
pretty,
the Twinkle Twinkle Baby blanket.
Yeah. Yeah, this right here, the window pane tank.
Her mom had started
10 years ago, and she finished it after she passed away. I love it. That's
sweet.
so it has a lot of meaning to it.
Yeah.
This lady did a combo spin that was really gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really pretty.
For a sweater quantity of yarn, that's knit in one. She did over 5,000 meters in this
And
combo
singles,
sweater
yeah.
spin. I wonder how many different
Tops she used.
yeah,
Oh,
one,
look.
two. Wow, look at all the different colors she used.
Yeah, a bullseye bump.
And
Wow.
she got lots. I mean, it looks like, an intentional lot, the colors together. So
Yeah.
I think
That's
she did a
super
great
cool.
job. She did. This person did to FOs and was stringently honest. She was only 2 meters short of 3K. Like, I would have lied. I would have lied.
That even star would have used a couple more.
Yeah.
Or a sun circle. That's not the even
It's
star.
a pie shawl, it looks like. But yeah, seriously,
that
2
bind
yards.
off you would have used. That cord
Like,
would have counted.
Her stringent honesty just cracked me up. So,
Aw.
yeah, I would have lied about the mitten or something.
I would have knit a little mother mitten, maybe.
Ooh, she had
fade.
a really pretty fade and brioche. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Purple Raven. She does really pretty stuff.
Yeah, she's a yarn dyer, I feel like.
Yeah.
String Theory, maybe?
Mm.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Is it String Theory?
I think so. She's from Florida. String Theory is from Florida. Yep, String Theory, that works.
Yeah.
Color works.
That's what I thought. But yeah, so this is all brioche loveliness.
Wow. There's some of her yarn.
Yeah, and she did a great fade.
Pretty.
And I also just love people that put themselves in their pictures, because not enough people do that. 2 pairs of socks and all the stuff at East. This lady did 4,000 plus meters.
Wow.
Using only 2 pairs of socks, and the rest were stuffies. Like,
oh yeah, I remember that.
holy Jesus, this lady was serious. She did so many of these little T-Rexes. This was Sonic Freak. 2 pairs of socks.
The little, like, little Pokemon things.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep, there's a bunch of Pokemon stuff.
Yeah, and crochet, so it
Little T-Rex.
I know, they
so
crack me
cute.
up.
There's like a Squirtle. I wonder if she sells them.
I don't know. But seriously, to get that much yardage, and she only counted 2 squares out of this. So,
like it. That's hilarious.
like, that was crazy impressive. And this says, I just want to be the recipient of everything this lady knits.
Oh, yeah.
The Kim Geek 83.
She might have been one of mine. I
Look
can't
at her
remember.
colors.
So pretty.
Beekeeper cardigan, a beautiful brioche shawl. Oh, that's pretty
Really
too.
pretty. Yeah. Look at those gloves.
Oh, no.
It's so cool.
Cracks me up. This is really pretty. I didn't notice this color work on the side here.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to take a look at that later and see what it is. Alright. And I'll do my 5K
Okay.
picks too. This one has a rainbow weave. Gloriousness. This is Navy Wife Knits. And she finished with over 7,000 yards.
Awesome.
Some socks. Oh yeah, this uses the same yarn I'm using in my blanket.
Oh, as a woven piece?
Mhm.
That's really smart.
It's Lion Brand's like shawl in a ball or something.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant to use that in a woven piece. It's so smart. And then she has some smaller, some socks and other stuff like that. Oh. Oh, look at the little cardie. Oh, she did some good
So
spinning too.
cute. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, Noro socks. I don't know that I've ever seen Nora made into socks. It's cool.
I have Nora made into socks.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh.
I did a silk garden sock yarn.
Oh.
And a Curon sock yarn at one point. I have both.
This one we already showed because it was one of Laura's
Yes!
favorites. This
The
lady
hand
did
spun blanket.
a
Oh
crocheted
my gosh.
hand spun blanket, so this is Delphinian.
So pretty.
Yeah.
That last picture just cracks me up.
Yeah. So we talked about that one before. This was I want my life to be as lovely as her photographs and staging. And this is Happy Sisyphus.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of her staging is beautiful.
That is.
And the pictures are lovely and
Ooh,
clear.
that,
Woolly Wormhead.
Yeah. She's got a new book that I want.
Brioche hat. What candles. She's
Pretty
like she
hats.
does a really beautiful job staging things.
Mm-hmm.
I wish my life looked like that.
I wish my floors looked that clean.
And this one I liked her graph for how she used the yardage.
Oh, look at that.
She like tagged it all a certain way, and it really I thought it would appeal to you because
Yeah,
you're
that's
very
super
metrics
cool.
driven. But yeah, I guess she tagged it all with dash, and she was able to look at the statistics of how much each thing counted for.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I thought so. So that was Anne Romath. She made 5,000 yards. So, Got some really pretty basic, hats and afghans. And
pretty stuff.
Oh, look at the little ornaments on.
Yeah.
So cute.
Super cute.
And then...
last but not least...
I liked the blanket and the lovely shawls of this person. Oh, Aberdonian.
Oh, yeah.
She always makes beautiful stuff.
She does.
I love the idea of this. I would never actually finish it, but it's a weather-based square a day kind of thing, where based on the temperature you knit a block in certain colors.
Yeah.
And so,
Looks almost crocheted.
Yeah,
I
think they are crocheted.
Square.
Because granny squares don't take very long to knit. Mm-hmm. But I love the idea of it. Because it gives it a random quality.
But it's really
pretty.
But
it's based on the weather. Yeah. So she did some barn raisin squares. This is just beautiful.
Oh, that's my favorite pattern. I would knit like 500 of those.
Yeah. She's got a really, I don't know, I like the taste in what she chooses to pair with what yarn.
Yeah.
This is the Balsta beanie. I'm excited about that. I want to knit that. Sockhead hat. We were just talking about that. So yeah, Aberdonian was my last one.
Cool.
So I've got a couple more we'll run through next time.
So you're 10 and 15, is that it?
7, 10, and 15, but my 7's only got 3. So
4. No, 3.
3.
You can count. I cannot, apparently.
So, let me see. Is there anything we have missed?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
We will figure out a date. It'll probably be not this coming weekend, but the following weekend for the Patreon Live.
Yeah. It won't be this weekend, because we'll be out of town.
Someone said we should carve pumpkins.
It would mostly be me going, ugh, this is so gross. I would make Laura scoop out all the guts. I just, ugh, so gross to me. And then I'd probably slice my finger open. Let's just be real. I sliced my finger open with a bread knife, so...
You did at my house.
Yeah. And I asked Laura for her first aid kit, and she comes out with this little zippered pouch that's about this big. With some
bought
Band-Aids.
another first aid kit just for Leslie. I got like the little first aid kit that you like keep in your, I don't know, bag, purse, whatever.
I have a husband who's, I don't know, weird. So I got like in my car, I've got a big first aid kit plus a fire extinguisher plus this big battery thing that if my battery dies, I can plug it into my lighter, my cigarette lighter thing, and it'll charge the like. I'm set, and that's just in my car,
That's not in your everyday life. Yeah. I did buy a big first aid kit though. After that, I'm prepared, and I have fire extinguishers in my house, y'all.
Yeah.
Which I think actually I should trade out. They're good for what, 5 years?
Well, it'll have a tag that'll tell you when it expires or when it needs to be filled or whatever. Although the home ones probably aren't of a high enough quality to be refilled. They probably just get replaced. But
that's a good $50 that I need to remember to spend. I also need to remember to switch out my batteries and my fire detectors because we're about to go.
The smoke alarms?
Check, and my carbon monoxide detector.
Do you actually have one in your house here?
I have 2. I have one by my water heater. I bought them.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because they're not standard down here like they are up north.
No, I'm obsessive. I bought one for near my hot water tank, because that's gas, and then I bought one for near my bedroom door. It's right above where the furnace is, because the furnace is right outside my bedroom.
Yeah. No, it's smart. It's just not something that's standard here.
Weather radios are super standard here, which I have one of those too.
Yeah.
For tornadoes.
It gets super loud and fun.
Yeah, Pearl loves it. It's her favorite thing. Especially when it goes off at 2 a.m.
Yeah, well, that's the only time it ever goes off.
That's the best. When your freaking weather radio is like, there's an inclement storm. Or the National Weather Service has reported tornadoes.
Yeah.
A severe thunderstorm. It's always a severe thunderstorm.
And, I'm glad for it. Don't get me wrong. Not knocking it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's helpful at 2 a.m. because it's not like you can see a tornado at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, we're babbling.
We are.
If you're going to be at SAFF, we hope that we run into you on Saturday.
If you see us, come say hey.
Yes. otherwise,
we look like this.
Yep. I'm a short, fat lady, and Laura is
A
a
tall
tall
fat
blonde lady.
lady.
You guys have a good week, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye, y'all.